Dogs from Hell. The dog stood in the middle of the yard and stared at me as if in question, and in truth there was much room for their asking. They were 3 dogs from Canada, Devil, Ortho, and Murphy, and had worked a Canadian trapline since they were pups 4 years earlier. Wild, rangy dogs used to traveling long distances. As with Cookie and the rest, they were no specific breed, but various mixes of pulling dogs, with a dollop of wolf thrown in. My wife and I had driven up to Canada in an old borrowed pickup with a camper shell to buy them and brought them back in 3 plastic dog kennels bought at the local pet store. Or tried to bring them back. The truth is, there is an enormous disparity between what pet store owners think might be a sled dog and what actually is a sled dog. The kennels were clearly designed for a fantasy dog that simply sat and accepted what was happening to him and wasn't concerned with freedom. Or maybe a poodle. They had not been designed for 3 Eskimo village dogs with jaws like sharks. Devil and Ortho shredded their kennels before we'd gone 5 miles. It was just a fluke that I caught it. As I pulled to a stop at a stop sign before turning onto a highway, I heard a growling sound and thought the rear end of the pickup was going out. I opened the door to look underneath the truck and happened to glance inside the camper shell and saw the Devil had his head sticking out the side of his kennel, a wild look in his marbled blue and brown eyes, teeth bared and snarling at me. While I watched, he seemed to shrug, and the kennel fell away from him. Ortho had gone one better and completely dismembered his kennel and was loose inside the camper shell and working at eating through the plastic and aluminum side windows. Murphy wasn't chewing. I would find later he wasn't too smart, but sat in his kennel howling deep, mournful howl growls that I had heard and mistaken for mechanical troubles. What are we going to do? My wife had gotten out of the truck as well and stood looking in at the dogs the way she might view a couple of serial killers. We have 200 miles to go. One of us, I tried hopefully, will have to ride back here with them and keep them in.